Okay, interview with Paul Davis after Royston Town 3, Bedford Town 2. Paul, we'll come on to today's game in a second, but firstly, just the appointment in general, what it means to be Bedford Town manager and what the end of the season has in store as far as you see it.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Been welcomed with open arms all week by supporters on social media, the club, the directors, the players have been fantastic. We've managed to train twice this week. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The aim this season is to stay in the division as a priority, and can we finish sort of mid-table, and then next season the ambitions are bigger and hopefully we can match those ambitions.
Some people may see that as a bit of a negative thing considering the fine run we've been on over the last few weeks, but you know the points are always needed on the board first before you then look to build on a season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was the original aim at the beginning of the season, to be honest. Stay in the division, consolidate this season after a great season last year. So, you know, nothing changes. We've now played 24 league games. When you look at the league table, not many have played that many games. So, obviously playing early today, we'll see what the rest of the results come through at. But, you know, I think that's the aim for any newly promoted team in any division, is to stay in the division. So, as a priority, that'll be our aim, and hopefully we can do that by the end of February.
Coming on to today's game, obviously we started the game okay, but then had the sucker punch of the first goal, didn't we, to go 1-0 down?
Yeah, I thought we were by miles a better team in their first entry into our box, header, back post, and you know, you'd argue it wasn't good defending, but the 10's quite big and has got above Jack, and it's a good header. But at that point, I said to Graham Tomlinson on the bench that we were by far the better side, and we were quite calm at that point. And you know, I always thought if Royston scored, they'd just sit in and try and hold on to their lead, which they did, and we ended up scoring, going in 1-1 at half time, which I thought was more than fair.
Plugged away, as you said, got the goal back. It was a fine, composed effort from Butts from the edge of the area, wasn't it?
Yeah, great finish, to be honest. Paul coming out the sky, it shows he's got great technique, and you know, like I said, I felt we more than deserved to be level at half time.
Going through the second half, obviously we then take the lead through Connor, and everything looks reasonably rosy, and you know, everything's comfortable, should we say? Because you said we were performing well at that point. Then you had to make the change with Callum coming off. What was the reasoning behind that to make the Callum change?
Yeah, I don't think we really got started second half, if I'm honest. I thought we were much better first half, but yeah, got a goal from another set piece, which you don't score many of them against Royston, so that was good. And then sort of something's happened in the middle of the pitch that no one really knows what's going on, apart from the Royston players were very upset, and Callum seemed to be quite upset about it, and there then was a few tackles flying in here and there, and I was worried that possibly the referee would side and give a red card either way. So, and Callum looked to be public enemy number one on their team, and you know, Callum gives as good as he gets, doesn't he? So we were trying to safeguard that, and sort of Hughes, more than willing replacement, came on, and I thought he did quite well.
Absolutely, but unfortunately then conceded the two goals. The third goal of which was just a long ball forward from a free kick that we haven't quite got to grips with. Maybe lost in the sun, but then a looping header over, wasn't it?
Yeah, the sun looked to be an issue. However, there wasn't many miss headers or anything like that, so I'm not sure how much of an issue it was. It's difficult to see from where I am, but when the goalkeeper comes that far, you have to flatten absolutely everything, and it was a soft goal to concede. And I just said to the players that when you concede 3 goals in any game of football, very rarely will you get anything out of it. We need to build on keeping clean sheets, being good defensively, which recently we have been. So, you know, we don't deserve to lose today. They've had 3 shots on target. Our goalkeeper's not made a save, but we're coming away with no points.
So, session 3 in the Paul Davis era. What have you learned from today to add to what you already knew? Yeah,
I learned a lot about the players. We've got good character. We have got good character, and we can play. But there are times where we choose not to play, and I need to work out why that is. I trust the players to make their decisions on the pitch, but in the main, we'll set up a structure to play a certain way, and we came away from that sort of second hour of the game, and I'm not sure why yet. So when I watch the game back, if there's something that happens, or I have a chat with a few senior players as to why that happens. But in the main, I'm relatively happy. Although we've got beat, I'm relatively happy. I thought we deserved at least a point from today. We carry on building. There might be a couple of players in the building in the next 2 weeks to try and give us a bit of depth. You know, we've got 3 subs today for a few illnesses and stuff like that. So we need some depth in the squad. But there's not going to be a a changeover of players and this, that and the other. I was quite happy with the players today. Just some certain decisions didn't go our way, and we have to defend better.
Do you feel there's enough within the squad to achieve what you ultimately want to this year?
Yeah, definitely. We just need a bit of depth, maybe a bit of experience at the level. But yeah, not wholesale changes by any stretch of the imagination.
And that would be reassuring to the squad as a whole, won't it, for you to say that you believe in them?
Yeah, I've told them twice this week, and they've performed like it today. But when you perform at this level of football, you can't come away to places like this with 3 subs. It's just not feasible. And when we've got 9 games in January, like we've ticked one off, but if you soon get a few illnesses or a few injuries, thankfully, touch wood, at the minute we've got no injuries, but with a couple of illnesses, we're bare bones.
You do get the opportunity tomorrow night at Newport Pagnell to have a look at a few fringe players, also bring some trialists in. A few of the under-23s obviously are going to join you. A bit weird having a game back-to-back, but it's nice to get that look in your first week as well at what the out to offer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we trained twice this week, and through illnesses and absences, we've only had 13 or 14 players at training. So the aim is to be able to include some of the youth players in training and see if they can come through as well. But yeah, give people an opportunity to show what they've got. Hughes probably plays first half an hour in 4 or 5 weeks today. Craig McHale-Smith didn't get on, so he can play again tomorrow night. The aim was going to be for people like Rene to play, but he's obviously played 90 minutes today, so anyone that's played over 70, 80 minutes today won't be playing tomorrow. But yeah, good opportunity to look at some fringe players, some younger lads as well, that we can involve in the first team.
And onto a massive game against Henderson at the Erie on Saturday. Not in any way a 6-pointer or anything like that, but again, another chance to cement 3 points at home against the struggling side, although they've, of course, just changed their management and players around. The preparation for that is a standard week for you, I presume? Yeah,
we'll just train Thursday, obviously playing on Monday. We'll train Thursday this week, full group. But yeah, it's a big game because all games are big at this level of football and at this time of the season. I know the Hensford management quite well, and they've signed everybody in the Midlands in the last couple of weeks, so it'll be a very, very tough ask for us. But I said to the players in the week, if you draw your games away and you win your games at home from the start of the season, you'll be in the playoffs. So, we should have drawn today, and we need to win on Saturday.
Absolutely. And just finally, you mentioned about the warm welcome that you've had, but a large number of Bedford fans here today. I think they made up over half the 600 gate, so that's a huge testament to them travelling in numbers and the belief there is in the club and the squad at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, no, brilliant. Thanks for coming out. Packed down behind the goal. There's not a lot of space behind this goal, and they're all there with the flags, and they clapped us off at the end. I think they probably realised we deserved at least a point from the game as well, which we need to repay them now. We need to repay them. They can see that the effort and the know-how is there. We need to repay them with the results.
There we go. Paul's first interview with us. Friendly action tomorrow night at Newport Pagnell. Otherwise, the visit of Royston Town at the Erie on Saturday. Get your tickets now at bedfordeagles.net.